25th of May.
Yes.
Now, prior to the shortlisting and subsequent interview, did you make any other arrangements to secure the opportunity, the job opportunity?
So after, yes.
Proceed. What kind of arrangements did you make?
So after the interview, I was at home with my parents. So the DG called my dad and I told him that he will help him secure the position. He called us to his residence to make those arrangements.
When you talk about his residence, where is that residence?
Around Keumbu.
One in?
Keumbu.
Keumbu is in Kisii County?
Yes.
So were you part of that meeting?
Yes, I was.
Between your dad and the deputy governor?
Yes, I was.
Were you privy to the conversation between the deputy governor and your father?
No, we sat at a distance.
Yes.
While the deputy governor and my dad had a talk.
Yes.
Yes.
And what did you understand was the outcome between the discussion between the deputy governor and your father?
It was an agreement that we pay the sum of 800,000 shillings for him to enable secure the vacancy.
What was the 800,000 supposed to do? And who were the beneficiaries of the 800,000 as per the conversation between your father and the deputy governor?
Initially, as I said, he said he was in touch with the CEO of Gusii Water and Sanitation Company. So he was the one who will enable us get the vacancy.
Are you referring to the CEO or the MD of the company?
Yes, the CEO or the managing director, the same.
The MD?
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you. Did you have the money at the time? Or if you had, how had you raised that money?
At the time of visiting, we were aware it will demand some amount. So on agreeing on the amount that we will submit, we had raised the money earlier before. I was operating a salon at Ruai. So after the interview, we were sure it was a guarantee that the deputy governor, being in his position, he was able to get us the job. So I and my wife, we sold the salon, which we are operating at Ruai. We sold the salon to Peter Mungai, the sum of 500,000 shillings, which is an agreement that we had sold the salon.
Is that the agreement appearing at page 256 of the County Assembly's bundle of documents? Honorable Senators, I'm referring to, again, the bundle of documents from the County Assembly, Volume 1 at page 256. Confirm indeed that that is the agreement between you, your wife on the one hand, and the purchaser of the salon?
Yes, this is the agreement.
Now, Dennis, tell us, was your wife part of this agreement? Did she concur with your sentiments and plan to sell the business so that you can secure a job opportunity?
At first, my wife was not in agreement because now this was our lifetime savings for a period of 13 years. We had been in Nairobi for the period of 13 years. So this was our lifetime savings. So she was not of the idea that we sell the salon.
Yes.
But since this was an opportunity for us to shape our life, I had to beg with her, to plead with her, so that he agrees to use their money for the occasion.
So subsequently, she agreed for you to sell the salon?
Yes.
And when you sold the salon, do you remember what dates that was?
Yes, the agreement we wrote on the 25th. He paid us in 2 installments. The first installment was 200,000 1,000 shillings.
Kindly look at the agreement and confirm the actual dates. Was
Yes.
it 25th or 20th? Confirm from
It
the
is
agreement.
25th.
Confirm from the agreement. There is a date written beneath.
The agreement was done on 20th, but the first payment was made on 25th.
Correct.
Yes.
So the agreement was done on 20th,
Yes.
and the first installment was to be paid on 25th of April.
Yes.
Was that before or after the shortlisting?
This was after the shortlisting.
After the shortlisting.
Yes.
Thank you. And what did you do with the money immediately you got it from the buyer of the salon?
The money he gave us, it was in cash. We carried the money home. We gave it to our parents to keep it safe for us.
Mr. Dennis
Yes.
Mukaya,
Yeah.
you are an accountant,
Yes.
and you are saying that you gave your parents money to keep for you.
Yes.
That does not sound very credible. Why would you feel the need to give your parents money to keep for you?
You know, at that time we were doing a clearance. I could say we were selling all our items from Nairobi to relocate to our rural home. At that time, we even went to an extent of borrowing from this mobile banking, from our bank accounts, because now my wife was the one operating the business. We were doing most of the transactions through my wife's phone number. So we even went to an extent of borrowing money from KCB account, from Mshwari, so that we can raise the full amount. So we felt it better. It should be kept by our parents, because if we kept it, again, we could have gone to an extent of using the money. So it would not do the right purpose.
So you gave it to your parents because you felt you would have utilized the amount.
Yeah.
Thank you. What business do your parents do? What do they do for a living? When you talk about your parents, kindly talk about your father and your mother. What do they do for a living?
Okay, my father is a retired civil servant. He was working in the veterinary. He retired, but he has some business at home. He's operating an M-Pesa shop with a small retail shop at home.
He's operating an M-Pesa shop.
Yeah.
Thank you. So was the money subsequently given to the deputy governor?
Yes, when the deputy governor requested the 800 Kenyan shillings, we were able to give him on the date of 28th. We gave him 500,000.
The 28th of which month?
28th of May.
28th of May.
Yes.
That was the year 2023?
Yeah, last year.
Where was that money handed over at? What venue was that?
My dad did a transaction of 250 from his account. Actually, it was 251,000 from his account to the DG's M-Pesa. And then my mother sent me 250,000 to my account, M-Pesa account, so that I could transfer the same to the deputy governor. So I transferred the sum of 249,000 Kenyan shillings because of some transaction costs.
Kindly go to page 255 of the County Assembly's bundle of documents. Honorable Senators, I'm referring to volume 1 again at page 255. Honorable Senators, I'm looking at the second last transaction contained at page 255. Mr. Dennis, tell us about that transaction. Where was that money being sent to and from who, and what was the time? And which number was used to send that money to?
So this is my M-Pesa
What is your M-Pesa number?
Statement.
Kindly read it out.
My M-Pesa number is 0725 487 300. So I did, after receiving a transaction of 250,000 from my mom, Anna Misati.
Do you have proof that you first received money from your mom?
Yes.
Kindly take us there. Look at the next page. The next page, Honorable Senators, is not paginated, but it's, if you flip, you will go to the next page. So there is a page after 255. So the very first transaction, or rather, Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
point at the Honorable Senators to that transaction where money was sent to your phone from your mom's account.
The second page of my M-Pesa transaction is the first transaction which happened at 8 p.m. My mom sent me 50,000 Kenyan shillings. And again, he had, in 7:51, he had sent the same amount of 50,000 to make it 100. And then the first, which was the first transaction, at 7:44, he had sent...
Just a little bit
yes.
slowly. Honorable Senators, I'm referring to the 4th, 5th, and 6th transactions appearing on that page. So you received first 150,000.
Yes.
At what time?
The first transaction I received at 7:44
7:44 from who?
from my mom, which is 150,000.
Is the name of your mom?
Anna Misati.
Anna Misati.
Yes.
The second transaction?
Was at 7:51,
Yes.
50,000. And then the last transaction that my mom sent was at 7:51,
Again of how much?
of 50,000 shillings.
And immediately after that, where do you transfer the money to?
So after I received the full 250,000 Kenya shillings, I transferred the amount from my M-Pesa's mobile number to the deputy governor's phone number.
How much money did you send to the deputy governor's number?
The first amount that I sent to him was at 8:33, which is 150,000.
150,000. Confirm the number that you used to send the deputy governor through his mobile number, kindly.
It's not clearly indicated, but it ends with 700.
Do you know his number? You have
Yes, I had it in my phone.
quoted that number in your affidavit. Kindly, we can refresh your memory by looking at the affidavit. It is important for that number to be captured.
Yeah, the mobile money that I used to send the DG, the amount is 0711-860700.
Can you repeat that?
0711-860700.
What was the name that came out after you sent the money?
The name that came out is Dr.Monda.
Dr.Monda.
Yes.
All this time, were you in the presence of the deputy governor?
Yes.
Or you are away from him?
We were away from him, but in the same premise.
The same premise?
Yes.
And that premises is where?
His home.
His home.
Yes.
So how many transactions did you make to the deputy governor in total from your M-Pesa?
It's totaling to 249,000.
149,000.
Yes.
So the last transaction is the one appearing at page 255. Confirm that. The second last transaction.
Yes.
That again is from your M-Pesa
Yes.
to his M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Thank you. How did he receive the remainder of the amount, if any?
After leaving his residence, we had given him a sum of 500,000 Kenyan shillings. So the initial agreement that was we had to pay the 500, the 800,000 Kenyan shillings. So after leaving the place, we made an agreement that we shall deliver the amount the following day, which was on a Monday. Actually, we went in his place on a Sunday, So the following Monday, we could deliver the balance, which was 300,000, at his office.
His
which-
office.
Yeah.
But on that very day, did he receive any other amounts of money from any of the persons you were in the company of?
He only received the amount from my father.
From your father?
Yes.
Are you able to point us to that transaction where your father sent money to the deputy governor on the same day?
Second. Yes.
You're getting there, Honorable Senator. Just at page 64, 65 of the
65.
deputy governor's response, volume 2.
Volume 2.
Volume 2 of the DG's response.
What response?
Volume 2.
Kindly show us the transaction where your father sent money to the deputy governor, appearing at page 65.
It is on page 65, on the same night of the 28th. My dad made actually 4 transactions. The first one was from this is a joint account, cooperative account between my dad and my mom. So the first transaction was 70,000. The second one was 70. And again, he did a transaction of 70. And then later, there's another transaction of 41. So it's totaling to 251,000 Kenya shilling.
What was the nature of this transaction? It reflects that it's from a bank. How was that payment done? From the bank to?
It was done from the bank to the M-Pesa account of the deputy governor.
Deputy governor.
Yes. But this is now a different number than the one I used.
What number is that?
Yeah, this number is 0702 0000220.
Repeat that again.
It is 0702 0000220.
Who is the registered owner of that number?
It's registered to the deputy governor.
Deputy governor.
Yes.